Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon for this sheet and a bunch more, and like and subscribe for less creepers next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building Steve, or any other character from Minecraft. It's honestly more of a playstyle than a character. That playstyle being, if you don't give me a magic item, I'm gonna make it myself, and then I'm gonna kill your dragon with a gardening hoe. Hey guys, this is my parody of Dig It from the movie Holes. I've never heard this song. Please give the video 5 stars. You've got to go mine those diamonds. Mining up, mining. Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need to make holes. Just don't go straight down, otherwise you could hit some lava. Next, we need the best equipment, and the ability to build the best equipment for our buddies too. Finally, we'll get some stable friendships, meaning friendships forged in stables with animals. For stats, we'll be using the standard point array from the player's handbook. Roll for stats if you want, just watch those multi-classing minimums. We're going to start with intelligence. Building the best gear requires the best brain, or at least the wiki up on your second monitor. Strength next, you need to punch trees and hurt the trees. Wisdom after that, your game is in the survival genre, and you get along with animals quite well. Follow that up with constitution. You got to be able to survive and rebuild after a creeper blows up your house. Dexterity is a little low. You can use a bow, but we'll actually get another method of doing that fairly early, and we'll dump charisma. The communication in Minecraft is up to the players, so I guess I'm saying it's your charisma. Sorry. Maybe I'll change my mind if you liked the video and left a nice comment. Nice comments help the algorithm just as much as mean ones. The crafter is a human, and a pretty generic one. Honestly, digging could just be an athletics check, but if we took the magic initiate feat, we can grab 2 cantrips from the druid list, like mold earth to move a 5-foot section of ground and put it somewhere else 5 feet away. You can change the color or appearance of the ground or turn an area into difficult terrain. I'd guess a pit would be pretty easy to trip on. Produce flame makes a flame in your hand that you can throw as an action for a ranged spell attack that deals 1d8 fire damage. I'd just use it for a torch, but if you want to do a little arson, that's fine too. Grab Animal Friendship for the first level spell to force a wisdom saving throw on a beast. Failing that, they're charmed for 24 hours and won't be as mad at you as a person would be when it wears off. Bump your strength and intelligence with your 2 free points. Take athletics for your skill of choice and the folk hero background for survival and animal handling skills. Minecraft is one of the biggest properties in the world. Everybody knows the miner. We'll kick things off as an artificer, giving you tinkerer's tools, thieves tools, and 1 more. Smiths would be my pick, though wood carvers, anything else would really work too. You can grab 2 skills from the artificer list. Arcana and nature will help you understand what things you can stick together to make other things. To make a little thing a little cooler, use magical tinkering to put a magical effect into a tiny object, like a little message on a signpost or a little light on a stick for a torch. You also get spells and cantrips. Create bonfire will light a forge, but also creates a 5-foot cube that forces a dexterity saving throw of 8 plus your intelligence modifier, dealing 1d8 fire damage to creatures that fail. Mending puts 2 pieces of something back together or fixes a crack in something. You've got such nice armor, it'd be a shame if it wasn't looking its best. For your first level spells, Disguise Self lets you change your appearance for an hour. Other people can see through that with an investigation check against your spell save, but I just use it to change your skins. Longstrider works like a potion of swiftness, increasing a target's movement speed by 10 feet for an hour. Running fast is good. Second level artificers get infusions, special magical items that you can craft for yourself or your friends, or, and hear me out, yourself. Enhanced weapon adds 1 to the attack and damage rolls of a weapon. Enhanced defense adds 1 to the AC of an armor or a shield. A cap of water breathing lets you breathe underwater, and a bag of holding is a bag that can hold up to 500 pounds, but only ever weighs 15 pounds to expand your inventory and store more diamond armor and weapons. Third level artificers can choose a specialty. Battlesmiths are battle ready, letting you use your intelligence modifier for weapon attacks with magical items. If you want to use a bow, enhance a magical one, and now it doesn't matter if your dexterity is bad. I really like how this works because it's not like your weapons are getting better after you do push-ups. They get better because you get smarter and find better materials. You can make an iron golem with the steel defender. This is a medium construct that can rend things for an attack, give disadvantage to creatures attacking you as a reaction, or heal other machines. If you don't command it with your bonus action, it'll just dodge on its turn, which isn't a bad thing. It's just not all that it could be, you know? Check the stat block in the Everon book to have the stats right, and enjoy playing 2 characters at once. 4th level artificers get an ability score improvement, letting you round up your strength and wisdom modifier, which will be a bit more useful in a second, trust me. 5th level battlesmiths get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 with your action. You can actually swing your sword pretty fast, even though you don't seem to have joints. You can also learn 2nd level artificer spells. Pyrotechnics lets you make some fireworks, either in a 10-foot constitution saving throw that blinds creatures who fail it, or a smoke bomb that creates a 20-foot cloud of smoke for a minute with no concentration required. If you make a big smoke cloud and then dig straight down, you'll disappear. Minecraft is a stealth game, right? 6th level Artificers get Tool Expertise, doubling your proficiency with tools you have proficiency with. Smith's tools, Tinkerer's tools, Thieves' tools. I guess maybe you can pick locks, but we're really here for more infusions. Cloak of the Manta Ray lets you breathe underwater and gives you a 60-foot swimming speed, so you'll actually be faster on the water than you will be on land. Resistant Armor lets you make a set of armor that has resistance to acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, or thunder damage. Hopefully you know what you want to do at the start of the day. This should help you figure out what to use. 7th level Artificers get Flash of Genius, letting you add your intelligence modifier to the ability check or saving throw of a creature within 30 feet of you, an amount of times per day equal to your intelligence modifier, so it would be nice if it were higher, which we can do now. 8th level Artificers get an ability score improvement. We need more intelligence for a better golem, better crafting materials, and better spells. It's all good stuff. But what if you wanted to have the crafting skills of a god? Well, for that we'd have to dip over to Cleric, specifically a Forge Cleric. You get heavy armor proficiency and Smith's tools, so actually take Woodcarvers at level 1. I lied earlier. You get Blessings of the Forge as well, letting you add 1 to the AC of a set of armor, or 1 to the attack and damage rolls of a weapon. These have to be non-magical, so if you want to get really bulky, put this on your armor and enhance defense on your shield for 22 AC. That's some diamond shenanigans. For your spells, Light creates a light that lets you see in the dark with your dumb human eyes, and Guidance and Resistance give a creature a D4 for ability checks and saving throws respectively to be a little bit safer when you're excavating. Forge Clerics get Identify for free to tell you what a magical item is and how many charges it has left, so you can know the condition of your gear. Cure Wounds heals a creature 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier as an action for some meat. I know meat doesn't heal, but it brings you to full hunger and then you can start healing. I'm counting it. Healing is good. Purify Food and Drink gets all the food edible and the water potable in a 5-foot radius. In a world of zombies and dragons, it would be pretty lame to die of salmonella. Create or Destroy Water creates 10 gallons of water or destroys it somewhere within a 30-foot range. This is a great way to get some obsidian. Just dump it on lava, then boom, volcanic rock. I don't know if your DM will do that. I hope they do. Finally, Shield of Faith adds 2 to the AC of a creature for up to 10 minutes, depending on your concentration. So, Enchanted Armor with 24 AC sounds fun. Since we're multi-classing spellcasters, check page 165 of the Player's Handbook to figure out how many spells you have at any given level. 2nd level Clerics can Channel Divinity. All Clerics can turn undead, forcing a Wisdom saving throw on undead within 30 feet of you. Failing that, they're turned, meaning that they have to dash away from you with their action. There's a lot of undead in the underground. It's almost like they're buried dead or something. Artisan's Blessing lets you create something out of metal in an hour. Even duplicates of keys, sets of armor, or weapons. Get creative, make something cool, it just can't be worth more than 100 gold. You can use either of these channeling options, it just resets on a short rest. Sleeping is a great way to stay healthy. 3rd level Clerics can learn 2nd level spells. Magic Weapon makes a weapon magical for overcoming resistances and adds 1 to the attack and damage rolls of the weapon for up to an hour, depending on your concentration for another magical weapon. You've got a lot of those now. You could also use the spell Continual Flame for an immortal torch that will never go out until you want it to. Your underground lair needs to be metaphorically and literally lit. Enhance Ability gives a creature advantage on ability checks of a certain type. Extra Strength will also double their carrying capacity. Dexterity means they don't take falling damage from heights of 20 feet or less, and Constitution will give them 2d6 temporary HP. No matter what you do, it lasts for an hour depending on your concentration. I'd go for Strength to carry more stuff back to your house. 4th level Clerics get an ability score improvement. Your Wisdom is only being used for Cure Wounds, so let's cap off our Intelligence modifier. I think that means we've got the Diamond Gear with the Battlesmith abilities. Only the best for you. 5th level Clerics can destroy undead with their Turn Undead if creatures are challenge rating 1/2 or lower, so skeletons shouldn't bother you as much anymore. Forge Clerics get Elemental Weapon, which makes a weapon magical, adds 1 to the attack rolls, and a d4 of acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage for an hour depending on your concentration. Since this is one of those spells that can scale up, you'll end the game with a 7th level slot, and that means +3 to attack rolls and 3d4 of that damage on every weapon attack. Protection from Energy pairs really nicely with your resistant armor, giving you resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage for an hour depending on your concentration. You can't stack those for double resistance, but you can have 2 different resistances at the same time. That's pretty great, because damage hurts. Those are the free Forge domain spells, but Meld into Stone lets you put yourself into some stone. While inside, you can't see out of it and have disadvantage on perception checks to hear what's happening outside, but it's a great way to hide. Unless someone breaks part of the stone, then you take 6d6 bludgeoning damage. And if they totally shatter it, you take 50 bludgeoning damage, so just don't hide next to the TNT. That's a bad idea in general. Water Walk lets you and up to 10 friends get some Frost Walkers on, just walking all over the surface of liquids for an hour, including water, but also lava, snow, or acid. It's pretty damn dang cool and can be a great way to flex on the big bad's lava moat. 6th level clerics get another use of Channel Divinity, but Forge clerics also get Soul of the Forge for permanent resistance to fire damage and +1 to your AC when you're wearing heavy armor, so plate mail is 19, Forge blessed plate mail is 20, add an enhanced defense shield to make that 23, and Shield of Faith for 25 AC. Tank it up, and nothing should hurt you at this point. 7th level clerics get 4th level spells. Forge clerics get Fabricate, letting you reshape some raw materials after 10 minutes of work. It can be into an object large or smaller if it's made of wood, or medium or smaller if it's made of a mineral. Since you have proficiency with all of those tools, you can even make stuff that you would make with your smith's tools, tinkerer's tools, or woodcarver's tools. That means if you want a weapon, you can make a weapon. Stone Shape specifically lets you shape stones in a 5-foot cube into something you want, make a weapon, make an entrance, get creative. Creativity is the center of the Minecraft D&D Venn diagram. Death Ward is a nice totem of undying, meaning that the first time a creature should die in the next hour, they hit 1 HP instead. Just another great way for you to not die. 8th level clerics can now destroy undead of challenge rating 1 or lower, and you get an ability score improvement. I'd bump up your wisdom now for better healing from cure wounds and more regularly turned undeads. Skeletons are just annoying at this point. Finally, you get Divine Strikes, adding a D8 of fire damage to 1 attack per round, so everything is a little flame enchanted as a treat. We'll round this off with a couple more Artificer levels. 9th level Artificers can learn 3rd level spells. Flame Arrows adds a D6 of fire damage to 12 pieces of ammunition for an hour depending on your concentration, though I don't know why you wouldn't want to just use Elemental Weapon instead. It's just better. Your Golem also gets Arcane Jolt, letting you add 2d6 of force damage to its rending attack or heal the creature within 30 feet of it, 2d6 when it attacks, whichever you want to do. It can do this an amount of times equal to your intelligence modifier. You could probably have the Golem hold some mutton. That doesn't sound totally unreasonable. 10th level Artificers are magical item savants, letting you attune up to 4 magical items at once, and you get 2 more infused items. Winged Boots let you fly for 30 feet per round, a minute at a time, for a total of 4 hours per day. I don't think your DM or you really want to track all of that. Just don't try to fly over in an ocean with it, and they're probably going to be okay. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength will make your strength score 19, buffing your carrying capacity and letting you beat the absolute sap out of some trees. Enhanced Weapon and Enhanced Defense buffs are also now +2 instead of +1, so those aren't bad options even though you got them early. 11th level Artificers get Spell Storing Item, letting you put an Artificer spell of 1st or 2nd level into an item. Then your buddy can cast the spell using your intelligence modifier, an amount of times per day equal to double your intelligence modifier. Pyrotechnics would be a cool one to basically share a bunch of fireworks with your buddies, but I could see Long Strider being useful because it doesn't require concentration and just makes everybody faster. Our capstone is the 12th level of Artificer for one last ability score improvement. Get your wisdom up as high as possible to make sure all the zombies die when you want them to. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you can be a tank with 24 AC in Blessed Plate Mail with an enhanced shield for some truly diamond level defenses. You could also add Shield of Faith on top of that for 26, but I'd rather use the concentration on Elemental Weapon. Speaking of, you can hack and slash with the best of them, wielding a longsword that deals 1d8 plus 5 damage plus 3d4 elemental damage twice per round, and an extra d8 of fire damage every round anyway from your Divine Strikes. Finally, you have such a varied and creative spell list that will really work well with a flexible DM. That can also be a weakness though. If you've got a railroady DM, they're not going to like your funky little spell list. They'll also probably hate that you're playing a Minecraft inspired character and leave comments on my videos mad at my channel for existing. You're also dealing with a lot of concentration spells, so you're going to have to pick and choose what's actually active at any given moment. Finally, since we mix and match the 2 building classes, we missed out on some higher level spells, even if we do have slots going up to the 7th level. But that's fine. It's not like you should be trying to win D&D. It's just another place that lines up in the Minecraft Venn diagram. Get creative, enjoy the best weapons, and shrug off the hits and the best armor. Just make sure you've got some contingencies. It can be rough to dig yourself out of the bottom of a hole. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe for more. We make 2 videos every week. Join the Patreon for this character sheet and a whole bunch more, and subscribe to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.